G'day YouTube. This is just a quick overview of the latest release of the operating system Solus 3, also known as Solus Budgie 3. So I'll get into it. So starting off, as a bit of an overview to Solus, it's a bit of a fairly unique Linux distribution in that it's built from the ground up, and it has its own desktop environment, and it's not based on, say, Debian or Red Hat, Fedora, that sort of thing and the like. It's just its own thing, which is pretty cool for the most part for a Linux distribution, I find. It's not too derivative. So, say for example, it's also known as Budgie, the Budgie release. So the default desktop environment is their own homegrown built Budgie desktop environment. We can see it here. I'll just jump through a few things here. It does seem like a fairly lightweight looking sort of a desktop environment, or GUI, DE. But it's not overly fully featured. It might even look a little bit like a rebranded XFCE skin of some sort there. But it is its own. I believe it is actually built on the GNOME 2 stack, that sort of thing as well. Moving on, the file manager for Solus is, let's have a look here. So I've opened it a moment ago, go to About, and it is Files. So that means it's pretty much part of the GNOME files, aka Nautilus. So this part of it, the file manager itself, isn't quite exactly unique amongst everything else that's quite unique in the distribution here. But let's see what else they've got. So if we were to go to check out what the kernel is, pop that one in there and see what it says. So it's currently 4.12, which I've got to say isn't the latest and greatest. It's not the oldest either. Ubuntu is currently running at version 4.15, and we've got Fedora running at version 4.16, which is really fantastic. But this one is a little bit behind in that way, but that's okay. It's got all the updates for what I need with my AMD processor and that kind of thing there. Let's have a look at the resource usage. So I've popped it in with 2 CPUs and a virtual machine here. It's nice and idling there, which is great to see. The memory, or the RAM should I say, in this case it's not looking too bad. It's got about 800 or so megabytes after a few applications have been opened, so that's pretty good to see there. Other distributions can sort of start out at 1.5. Windows 10 itself starts out about 1.7 with virtually nothing open. So it's not the lightest Linux distribution, obviously, but it's not the heaviest either. It's somewhere in the middle. I probably wouldn't recommend it for sort of legacy hardware. In fact, it only supports a 64-bit, so be wary of that as well. So that's pretty much it for Solus, guys. It's just a super quick video on this one. This is using the default desktop environment, as I said, Budgie there. And in fact, let's just double check everything here, just because we can. Let's throw out an echo command and type in desktop session. Whoop. I need an N, not an M, and that needs to be capital, so it is the Budgie desktop. Fantastic, there we go, of course. That's pretty much it, guys. I will say that they have actually moved to a bit of a roll-in release. So in the olden days, they updated, I guess, a new distribution release here and there. These days, roll-in. So I believe the actual motto here is install once, updates forever. So a little bit of a change in the way that Solus does things in the recent years, that sort of thing there. That's pretty much all I'd like to say on it, I suppose. There is some Budgie or Solus specific software, such as the software updater and the software center and that sort of thing there, so that's pretty cool to see. It's obviously got its own sort of style of icons and things there, which is nice to see as well. So that's about it, guys. Hope you've enjoyed. Just a super quick, cheap and nasty unscripted review on Solus Budgie version 3. So cheers, guys. Hope you've enjoyed.